Good evening and welcome to Future News Longford. Our main story tonight is the groundbreaking debate taking place in Longford County Council on a proposal to remove gender quotas. If the County Council goes ahead with the plan, Longford will become the first council in Ireland to remove the quotas which have been in existence for 50 years. Tonight we discuss the landmark debate and analyse just exactly what gender quotas have done for the political landscape over the last 50 years. Gender quotas were first introduced before the 2016 general election as a mechanism to increase the number of women in Dáil Éireann. At the time of their introduction, women made up just 15% of TDs in the Dáil. The quota system was subsequently introduced before the 2019 local elections. Today, 56% of TDs in Dáil Éireann are women, and women make up 62% of county councils. Now, on the eve of the 50th anniversary of the gender quotas, some campaigners believe it is an appropriate time to seek their abolition. Councillor Nancy Talkalot says it will be hugely symbolic to remove the quotas on the 50th anniversary of their introduction.
Equality has progressed so much in County Longford in the last 50 years with the increase of female representation on county council chambers. Women now feel more attracted to and comfortable with politics. And this is really down to the affordable childcare services that we now have, and especially groups such as one-parent family groups.
Councillor Tess Waffler, however, has sounded a note of caution.
While I agree with Nancy that there have been a lot of improvements and a lot of changes for the better, I don't think we can be too complacent. We must remember that only 30 years ago there was a multi-billion-dollar industry geared solely towards making women feel that their only role in life was to look good. This involved them spending hours and hours every week on Botox, detox, primer, foundation, nails, hair extension, you name it, they had to do it. There was no time left to go to politics, so we need to be aware of these things.
Professor Teresa Thinkalot is the head of gender studies at the University of Longford, and she talks about how the gender quotas have paved the way for societal change.
Another turning point was a mass rally of men on the streets of Longford to support women get on the council. Many male councillors who had been on the council for some time even gave up their seats to make room for women candidates.
We hit the streets of Longford to find out what people thought.
Well, I think it's really great that Longford County Council is debating this motion this evening, because we really don't need gender quotas anymore. We now have a Dáil that actually looks like us. It's made up of men and women, young, middle-aged and elderly. And of course, practical supports such as video conferencing and the recent transformation of the Dáil Bar into a creche, which is something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime, has really helped. Politics is now really being seen as an attractive proposition for our young people, and in fact one of my own children is thinking of taking this up as a career.
My grandmother was involved in the first Longford Women's Link Manifesto group here in Longford Women's Link. And back then, 50 years ago, there was just 2 women on the Longford County Council. And because of this, a decision was made to build houses in Longford with no back doors. We've come so far now with 50% of women on the local county council. We now have family-friendly, affordable housing, and there is less homelessness.
Gender quotas have been part and parcel of the political landscape for the last 50 years in Ireland. But this evening, all eyes are on Longford County Council to see if its members decide to remove the quotas and redraw the political picture for the end of this century.